Alright guys, let's take a look at this ban list. I mean, I've already seen it. Just spoilers, I've already seen it. If you haven't, you can see it here. But, okay, let's just start off right here. Agito, the Ancient Sentinel. Thank God Agito is gone. Okay, that card was pure cancer. The worst part about that card, it was very RNG, you know, it was just mill 4. Oh, Agito. Okay, and then they just do stupid things and you lose basically duels where you should have won. You get what I'm saying? It's just stupid. Let's see. Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds is still on here, so Flew Under Rees is still dead. I know that it can still win with the Dimension Shifter. Mathmech Circular. This is another one. Oh, Kelbeck. Agito and Kelbeck. Gone. Awesome. That's great. I think everybody knew that one was coming. But, you know, ironically, why? Because tier is still not top tier anymore. I would say it's, you know, it's at the tippy top of like tier 1. I mean, not of tier 1, of just like tier 1.5 maybe. But when it mills well, it's tier 0. When these cards were active, it's like tier 0. So it's just weird, man. It's just weird. Mathmech Circular. I don't know why they hate that deck. I don't understand. Even if that card was at, say, 2, I don't think Mathmech would be a top deck. I mean, it would be in the top, but not like, it would not be tier 1. I mean, it wouldn't be on the level of Rescue Ace. I don't know. I guess Konami has a problem with decks that can OTK people, maybe. I don't know. I don't really understand it because we still have stuff out there that can do that. Just maybe not as effectively, but really Mathmech at 1, I mean, ain't that bad, you know. But anyways, Mathmech Circular, it's gone. Mathmech's gone. Goodbye, Mathmech. I like OTK decks because you know, you typically, especially going second OTK decks, I mean, you gotta fight through a big board to get to where you're trying to be. And that's really not that big of a deal. Okay, let me zoom in on my computer real quick. My eyes suck now, and my dang and my computer's like far away from me now. I still have a setup from like a remote duel going on. What else is on here that wasn't before? TEARLAMENTS Kit Kalos is still on there. Yeah, we're done. I'm not saying tier is done. I'm just gonna say it's I'm gonna say it's gonna go down to like tier 2. Honestly, I mean, it's still a good fusion deck. I'd say it's still the best fusion deck. You know, maybe not. I think Branded might be the best fusion deck now, honestly. Isolde, Two Tails of the Noble Knights, Infernoble, Makonko, dead. Not really. I mean, they're still good. But this card allowed for things that just weren't fair. You know, it made certain decks good in situations where otherwise they would not be. Infernoble, I think, will still be a good deck, and I think it'll still be tier 1.5, you know, at the best. And Makonko, I think you kind of have to put Makonko as a rogue deck at this point, because this card played a big part in the Makonko strategy. That's fine, you know. Nothing crazy. Kashtira Arise Heart, you know, is still forbidden AF. And, you know, ironically, well, I hate Kashtira. No, I'm not even going to say it. Not even going to say that. Anything else? Zodiac Dryden, still banned forever. Permabanned. They might as well just put permanent right there. But, you know, as Yu-Gi-Oh! Grows, I don't know where the direction... They're going to have to come out with some new type of extra deck monster or something, or new summoning condition, something to really get past the point where we're at now. Like, it's either that or just keep coming out with custom cards like SP Little Knight that are, you know, abused. And it's just, I don't think that's great. Anything else? There was some stuff that came off the okay, so here's the Sunvine Healer and Sun Avalon Dryas. So funny enough, I literally ordered the Rika core because nobody's playing it around here. I was like, this would be a good deck. I think it would catch people off guard, you know, at some regionals and local scene. And the day I order this happens. Yeah, that's my luck, honestly. Beatrice still in existence. I guess they didn't want to just come in with Tier and just be like, bah, just you know, destroy them. I mean, they knew that Agito and Kelbeck was coming. Those Ishizu cards, Ishizu, yeah, screw that. Psyframe Lord Omega. It's still the same. But I Ib the World Chalice Justicar. I looked at this card. I mean, it's a good card. But I don't see it change anything right now. But that's why I'm not a pioneer. Somebody's going to figure out some crazy unfair stuff to do with it and probably start cooking. Omega. I wish that card was at 3. Same with Gamma. No, I'm just kidding. I do wish Gamma was at 3. Shavara. So Unchained in my book is already on the decline. And I know that's weird because it literally just got to the point it was not too long ago. Shavara, if they're trying to hit the deck, I think that's the right hit. But I just don't think, I don't know. That's definitely going to hurt the deck for sure. It's going to change up your combo lines. It's going to be less of ending with 1 in the grave, 1 in hand. It's just going to, there's opening with 1 is going to be less common now. It's just going to be a weird situation. It's not going to destroy the deck, but it's definitely going to put it a knock. It's nowhere near. So Rescue Ace Airlifter is at 1 now. But here's the thing. That is not an equal hit to Rescue Ace as it is to Unchained. And Rescue Ace was more of a problem. I don't understand that. Like, that's... But you start, you know, follow the signs. You know, there's a new set coming out. Rescue Ace is going to be good, even better. People going to buy the set. Yeah, I'm probably getting me a core. Or I'm just going to stick with, like, the Fire Kings or something. I don't know. I like to play different. I don't like to play just, like, mainline meta. I like this format for that reason. I probably wouldn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! If it was, like, Drytron era or something. I hated that. Rescue Ace Airlifter, yeah, at 1, whatever. Orcus Harp Horror. There's a lot of Orcus stuff coming back right now, but I don't think this changes the meta significantly. Let's go now. Snatch Steal. Dude, we already got all them cards. I mean, you have Triple Tactics Talents that is a better no-cost version of this. I think this is just kind of... I don't know where that one came from. I mean, yeah, it's good, but I mean, I guess they're like, okay, Makanko, we're sorry. Here's you another little card for you. Okay, and here's the other ones. These don't make sense to me. Rivalry of the Warlords, Peekaboo, and Goes and Match. They're all at 1 now. You know what? They might as well have just banned them, to be honest with you. Because those cards, number one, they really weren't that great. They would turn like what would normally be a 2 to 3 turn game into like a 10 turn game at times, but it was rarely ever a win condition for that deck, you know. And a lot of the good decks just couldn't fit them, so it's not like it matters. Pearly, Sleeping Memory. Okay, so Dino Wrestler Pankratops. I think I just ordered me 2 more of these. I had lost mine and I ordered some, so that's actually pretty good. That's a good card. I mean, it just is. It just does really good things. Pearly Sleeping Memory. That does nothing. That does nothing to Pearly. Pearly sucks unless they build Noir, and when they build Noir, it's just unfair. Kashtira Unicorn. Okay, so I don't understand that one. I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand. You rarely need more than 2. I don't think people even will run 3. They might. I don't think so. Mind Control. That's a good one. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's up with the... I guess they're really getting big. I guess they want to do more monster stealing and stuff like that. Pot of Desires. Yeah, I mean, that don't really change anything. Spellbook of Judgment. Sprite Starter. So Sprite Starter, yeah, that's a good one. Sprite Starter. Sprite's already kind of a problematic deck, like, and then they're just giving them this back. I don't know. It's a problematic deck when they go first and set up an unbreakable board, and it does Sprite things. Upstart Goblin, basically a high cost draw. You give your I mean, going second, this is probably a good card. I still think Prosperity is a better card because this is going to get stopped by the same stuff as Prosperity. But if you're a heavy extra deck and just don't have the room, especially if you're an OTK deck, and giving your opponent 1,000 life points is not going to matter, then I think that's fine. Infernity Archfiend. Supposedly, like in the OCG, there's some Infernity Unchained stuff going on, so you know that could actually be pretty cool. So I think right now, I think you're gonna see more people trying to do some sneaky stuff, you know, with Unchained. You're gonna see trap decks, like floodgate trap decks, like Eldritch. Like, you're not gonna see them anymore. Goes a Match, Rivalry, Tikaboo, gone. Skill Drain, they just said no, we're just gonna leave it. Just leave Skill Drain. The most powerful one out of all of them, which I'm fine with, because in the world we're in now, like, you need checks and balances, but I think these were more fair than Skill Drain, to be honest with you. I guess, but Skill Drain has cost. But I can't tell you how many times I've flipped up one of these and ended up screwing myself in some type of way. So I feel like they have pretty good checks and balances. I mean, you have to play, for example, like Branded Chimera can play well around Tikaboo, but you still have to play smartly. Sky Strikers, Hornet Drone, same. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. It really wasn't that much. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think anything crazy. I think honorable mentions and like, what the heck, where is this Dimension Shifter? But again, Dimension Shifter is just it's just one card. People can run 3 of them, and only like just a few decks can run them efficiently. You know, people talk about, like, whoa, you can run it in Rescue Age, you can run it in Unchained. Not really. I mean, it's 3 cards, and you're never gonna side it in. Like, I mean, especially against the top cut. I mean, decks that does hurt really bad, like TEARLAMENTS, they got hit already hard enough. So I mean, in a way, it would be kind of fair to ban Dimension Shifter, but whatever, you know. But if they do that, you kill decks like Flew Under Ease. Yeah, I don't know. And then skill drain, if any of them were going to go to 1, I feel like that would have been the one to go to 1. Be like kind of like the OCG, you know, they're not at 3. I think they're at 1, yeah. But yeah, the Mathmech Circular is like the one that was just kind of left field. I think somebody at Konami was in a tournament and they got OTK'd by a Mathmech player. Yeah. And they were like, yo, we're banning this one. This one, bye. Same with Tier Elements. Everybody's been in that game against Tier Elements and you're like, yeah, man, I got this. And then all of a sudden they mill those cards and start doing all the crazy stuff, shuffling your stuff back, shuffling their stuff back, milling. Oh my gosh, dude. It's like chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I just built a full board on your turn. Response? No response. Just I scoop. Okay, you got it. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Pretty Plant Verte Anaconda. Bring that back. Really? Just bring it back. Another card. They need to bring back Gamma. They just really need to bring back Gamma. Pot of Greed, might as well. Mystic Mine, might as well. Honestly though, Pot of Greed, in the current meta, with people building just unfair boards, I think it actually wouldn't be that unfair, to be honest with you. At 1. Just at 1. Just at 1. Heavy Storm. That wouldn't change anything, really. Let's see. Oh, man. And the only other one I can really think of is Gamma. I mean, Gamma needs to come back to 3. Like, really, I mean, it's really not, especially with these people setting up these unbreakable boards, that just gives you just a little grace. Havness, Merly, and Shiren, if you don't just hate Tier Elements, you're okay with these coming back a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe to 2. Or at least one of them. Because then that would make it still would be a very RNG deck, but they wouldn't depend on those evil shuffling cards. So anyways, guys, this is the ban list. Feel free to look it up. But yeah, that sucks. I literally just bought the Rika core. Like, literally, I just bought everything I needed for the deck, give or take maybe 1 or 2 things. And this happened. So now a deck that was already like not great, it was more just a catch your opponent by surprise deck. It went from like, you know, here to here. So I just would have been better off ordering something else, like Vanadium, that did not get hit at all, which is fine. I don't think Vanadium actually deserves to be hit. You're not seeing enough of it, really. One YCS top is not, or no, not YCS, just like a couple regional tops and a couple, like one YCS top. Vanadium's not that, it's not that great. It's a good deck. It's a fun deck. It's unfair when it does its thing. But so is everything else now. That's just the nature of the game. Kashtira, you know, maybe Kashtira might make a comeback. I don't know. I don't really think Unicorn changes it enough, but Kashtira is still like sneaky good. I actually ordered most of the cards for that too. So yeah, I might try that out, you know, because it kind of surprises people too, especially when you start banishing their stuff. Dimension Shifter is still at 3, so you start doing like Dimension Shifter things, it becomes a very unfair deck, and it's definitely superior to Flunder Ease. So Yeah, and you don't even really have to zone lock anymore. That's not even the mission of cash tier. It's really just to banish all your... It's kind of RNG in a way, you know, especially like you got Airlifter at 1 against Rescue Ace. If you banish that face down, they're not getting that back. And then if you get the HQ, you know, there's things that you can do against the top decks. Unchain, you know, cash tier going to Unchain. If you mess around and banish the Shavara, you literally have not crushed that deck, but you've really hurt that deck because they're not going to be able to go into Caesar. This is going to make going into Caesar not necessarily harder, but it's definitely going to make it more tactical because you've pretty much lost that Shavara at that point for at least a little bit. Yeah, anyways, all right guys, thanks for watching. I'm just rambling at this point, and y'all have a good day.